Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm here, you're there. My name is Maggie, and welcome back to my channel. RIP Rite Aid, first of all. I don't know if y'all have Rite Aid near you, but I do here. And they're closing so many stores, and I finally went into one today. I spent too much money, I'll say that, but everything was at least 20 to 50% off. Makeup was 50% off. Hair dye is 50% off. I didn't get any, but I think I'm going to go to some other Rite Aids and stock up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because of the recession, right? The impending doom of the recession. And I'm going to stay a blonde. Whatever this color is. I'm going to stay this color, okay? I'm not going to be part of that brunette recession propaganda, okay? That's not for me. But anyways, we are going to do pink today because I've been really craving. That's not the right word, but like I've been really wanting to use pink eyeshadow and I didn't have any. So shout out to Rite Aid once again because that's where I got it. 50% off. So it's like maybe $5. Maybe. I don't even know. I didn't really look at the receipt, unfortunately, but yeah. So, honestly, guys, I've had such a good week. At work, it's been busy, but I've been, like, keeping up with stuff and initiating some projects. I think I've been doing good. I don't get the most feedback from my boss, so I'm just kind of, like, taking anything that's, like, as no news as good news, you know what I'm saying? So, once she tells me, hey, you messed up on something, I won't panic. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. But I fear work is my validation, right? I definitely, you know, I've tried not to place that on romantic relationships. I've tried not to place that on men's opinions or how I look or something, you know. It's definitely been work, right? Work or academic. And I did fail on the academic part, so work is definitely like my new loved. Move over, academic validation. Work validation is now my best friend. That's literally me. So the stars aligned as well because so my friends don't work like normal 9 to 5 corporate jobs, okay? Love that for them. I think I only have 2 friends who do. But everyone else is like a teacher or a nurse or entrepreneur or, you know, work service jobs. So just kind of like, it's all different, right? It's all different, babes, and I love that. Yes, this is a completely not my skin color at all, but it is a full coverage concealer that works as a good primer for my eyeshadow. So this was given to me by my friend in Florida. I think I told you guys about this. She was like, it's not my color, but I feel bad for bringing it out, for like throwing it out. And I was like, girl, it's never gonna be my color. But she's like, maybe it'll be your summer color. What? First of all, I don't really go outside and tan, so. Oh my god, wait, hold on. I know, like, I'm talking about, like, my friends, blah, 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 blah. But pause. Okay, first of all, happy Pride Month. Second of all, June means that the pools are gonna open. Ah! I love swimming. I have, like, my application all filled out, so I think tomorrow it's actually supposed to be, like, in the freaking 70s, dude. I think we're gonna get to the 80s this week, too. So I'm super stoked about that. But, I love swimming. I love swimming so much. Maybe that's what I'll suggest for a date. We'll see. Okay. And then what else is going on with me? Okay, so stars aligned, right? My friends don't work normal corporate jobs. Slay. And they were like, hey, we're off. They're twins, by the way. That's why I'm using like kind of like singular plural actions, if you want to say. They're like, we're off Saturday. Like, let's go do some estate sales. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Let's do some estate sales. So they picked out 3. And we had like a whole like map for them and everything. I don't think you guys care what I'm using, but this is what I'm using. It's CoverGirl. CoverGirl! Put some face in your walk. Pace in your walk. I don't know the song that well. Sorry. I know during Pride Month, SMH. Okay, so anyways. So they chose 3. We did the map and everything. And then, like, Friday night, I was looking at the map and I was like, okay, like, what are these places going to, you know, have? And I looked, and one had Nazi memorabilia. Huh? So I was like, hey. And to be fair, it was 2 helmets. But these 2 helmets were not dusty. They were not hidden. They were in a display case. And clean. So, sounds like we're a little proud. We're a little proud to have that memorabilia. And I understand World War II fanatics. I totally get it, okay? I'd say once a year I go through a little bit of a war phase where I'm like, World War I's the most interesting thing to me, you know? So, I was genuinely like, hey, let's not do this one. And, like, they usually agree with me on stuff. So they were like, yeah, that sounds good. We won't do that one. So we went to 2 others. We went to one that was like 45 minutes away. I didn't find anything there, but nothing that I could carry, truly. Because, like, they had this beautiful couch that just looked so cozy. They didn't really have any good Pyrex or Cornell wear. So I didn't, like, get anything of that. And then my friends got a few things, though. There was a, like a tape, like an 8-track tape that you could, you know, have headphones. But I was like, am I really going to use that, you know, or need it? You know, it's like, not really. I don't really have a lot of tapes. I only have 3. One is Dookie by Green Day. One is the 1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky. I don't know how you say that, and I'm so sorry because I know it's very uncultured of me to be acting like that. But anyways, and Garbage, you know, like the band, their single Stupid Girl, which I love that song. Okay, so it's like, I'm really not gonna use it, and like, you know, there's a possibility it might not even work, right? Like I said, my friends got a few cool things. My friend got like an old-fashioned Stanley cup, and it looks so nice. Will be used and everything. And that was a cool house, I will say. I like the setup and everything. So then we went to another house that was on the North Shore, and I fear I have a new idol. She's my inspiration. She was a cat lady. I got so much fabric. I have so many ideas swirling around. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I've had in my contacts for over 24 hours because I slept over at someone's house. Yes, the guy I'm seeing. And woke up at 11. And it's just been, I don't know. It's just been interesting. And I feel like I need to be productive, you know. I did do my grocery shopping, but I still need to do my laundry, you know, all that jazz, right? So so at the North Shore house, there was 3 levels, beautiful pieces, so much good crystal and glassware and everything. She did have some good Pyrex, but it was like a little bit overpriced, and the people were saying like, oh, at 1 everything's gonna go 50% off, but like we weren't staying there until 1 because we were there at 11. And I was kind of half tempted because my brother came also on Saturday, like he came in the afternoon and we hung out. I was kind of half tempted to go back because there was this dish set of like this frosted glass. I'll post a picture of like what I'm talking about. And it was $95 for 20 pieces. It was like all different colors. And I was like, oh my God. And I have like the blue pitcher. And like all of those glasses and bowls would have gone with it. But so who knows where all of that is now, you know. But this is pretty. And then I am going to do a little brown, just kind of to give it like a little bit dimension. Kind of like a dusty rose situation. I don't know if you can see the difference, but to me I can. So, and I like it. So that was really nice just to see like my friends. And then like I said, my brother came and we did some thrift shopping. I got a rug. I found a rug for $20. And then I did get a Pyrex casserole dish that was like exactly what I was looking for. So I was like, thank God. And then when everyone left, I like took a nap. And then I went on a date with Mikey. We went to Red Robin because, so here's the thing, everyone. Here's the thing. So there was this video that was like, if your girl's acting up, take her to Red Robin. And I like commented, you know, need on it because I love Red Robin. That's probably my favorite like little American chain. And he texted me on Thursday. He was like, I saw your Red Robin comment. And I was like, what? He's like, is this a hint that you want to go to Red Robin? I was like, I be saying a lot of things on Instagram, but yeah, it's probably a hint at the same time, you know? And he's like, okay, well, maybe let's go Saturday. And I was like, okay, I won't hold my breath. And he's like, have some faith. And I was like, interesting. But wouldn't that be something a boyfriend would do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by all this? Okay. And it went fantastic. The date went great. We always have a good time together. New information alert, though. His mom is very aware of me. Very aware. And, like, they went to Erie a couple weekends ago. And I was telling him, like, I love going to Erie because I like collecting sea glass and blah, 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 blah. And I was telling him about this restaurant called Ugly Tuna. And he's like, oh, hey, let me text my mom about that because we're going to Erie again in a couple weeks. I was like, invite me. Just kidding. But kind of not. But also, like, that's a little much, to be honest. That's a little much, you know. So he texted her, like, hey, have you heard this restaurant called Ugly Tuna in Erie? And she's like, you know what? I was just thinking about it. Girl, we are on the same wavelength. Same wavelength. And then she was like, are you with Meg, the girl who collects sea glass? Because she also collects sea glass. So, like, she knows about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that mean? What does that mean? You know? And then I also met one of his friends last night. So that was wild. And he didn't introduce me. He just said, hey, this is Meg. Honestly, iconic, dude, because I would trip out. I wouldn't be like, oh, hey, this is blah, 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 and blah, blah, you know. I would definitely try to give it, like, a title or something, because that's just, like, I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. But the fact that he just said my name, slay, icon, I'm taking notes, you know. Incredible. I'm kind of done with the updates, but I need to finish this makeup look for you guys, so I don't really know what else I have to say, but okay, so, and then I slept over at his place, and it was just, like, really nice to, like, hang out with him. We did watch Nathan For You. I think that's it. That's what we watched. We did watch, like, Instagram Reels, which I was not, like, offended by. I like to watch stuff. I like to, you know, I like to chill. And let's see. And, oh, he showed me, like, all of his Pokemon and stuff from, like, Pokemon Violet, I think was the game. I don't know. I was not, like, allowed to watch or play anything involving Pokemon. My mom is very afraid of those anime eyes. I'm laughing because that's just so funny to me. Like, okay, girl. So, but here's a gag, guys. Here's a gag of it all. When Pokemon Go came out, she played with my brother. Girl, set your priorities. You know? Like, what? What? But yeah, he showed me all his Pokemon, and like I guess it was ones from all, like he has it very organized. He says this is like his autistic thing, you know. And I'm sure we all have one, you know. I'm not sure what mine is because I'm really not organized in any sort of, like, I guess at work I'm organized. But really, like my Pyrex collection's not organized, my glassware collection isn't. Like, I just be having stuff, you know. So I just don't know. But okay, I am just gonna do mascara. I'm not gonna do lashes because I am gonna be taking a shower after this. I'm gonna be doing a hair mask. Well, I'm gonna throw my laundry for if I have enough quarters. Damn it! I need to check if I have quarters. And it's just gonna be coming right off. Like, I am not gonna be leaving my apartment. Maybe I'll go on a walk. I don't know. Also, I haven't checked my weight, guys, so I don't know if I'm losing weight or gaining or maintaining. I do feel like I gained a little weight. I'm talking like, 3 pounds, but like, as long as I never see 300 again, like, I'm good, like, I'm just trying to be, that's my, not new goal in life, but that's like what I'm focused on, is just like maintaining under 300, because that's where I started getting a lot of health problems, so as long as I'm like, my joints are good, I'm flexible, like I stretch and I walk, I think everything's good. My heart rate's been good. My blood pressure's been good. I've been tracking that. So I guess I do have white coat syndrome to some like aspect, But okay, I also got this. I'm going to try to see how this feels. Okay, it's a little oily coming out. Not like a huge fan of that. The color also kind of concerns me. But it has orange peel oil to improve skin texture, and my skin texture has been off. So we'll see how this all worked. This does feel nice. And it smells good too. It doesn't smell like, a typical sunscreen scent. I also haven't like showered. Like, I'm stinky. I'm just not doing too hot. I did get my lips injected. I don't know if you guys can tell. They are a little bit fluffier and everything. They are a little bit bruised, but not too bad. I mean, it's going to go away like tomorrow. So, yeah. And that's really all the updates I have for you guys. So thank you so much for listening. And imagine I have lashes on and that's the final look, But I think it's a nice, like, the pink is really nice. I think it brings out a nice different type of blue in my eyes. I didn't even turn on my ring light. Hold on. Does this help? Let's see the different colors. I don't know. I like CoverGirl makeup. They probably aren't, like, the best. I don't know. But anyways, okay. I'll stop yapping. Thanks for having me. See you around.